And good morning. It's 7:04 on this Friday, October 18th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company. Our guest host today, David Hale.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome in on a crisp fall morning, the 291st day of the year. Only 75 days left in the calendar year. Gosh, where did they all go? It just amazes me that they go so fast anymore. And, here's your history trivia for today. Today is the day that the purchase of Alaska was finalized, and we bought Alaska from Russia for $7.2 million. And that happened back in 1867. So it's been a year or two, but that's your history for the day. So somebody asks you, and you can start the conversation with that. Now, back in 1867, we didn't have Wilson Bank and Trust, but 36 years ago, we started with Oktoberfest, and Laura Smith and company are here to talk about all the goings-on for this year at the 36th Oktoberfest. Good morning, Laura.
Good morning, David.
We're glad to have you here. You have brought a crew with you, and you want to introduce everybody?
Yes, so I have Becky Taylor with me today and Chelsea Ashcraft, and they have been on our Oktoberfest committee for many, many years, so they are veterans at what they do.
Absolutely. And, I helped with some of the first ones with traffic direction and stuff. It amazes me how that event has grown and car show and things like that, and the number of people that show up has just really blossomed, for lack of a better word, hadn't it?
It really has, and we've dialed in perfect weather for this weekend, so it's going to be great for everybody to come out and spend some time outdoors.
Absolutely. Knock on wood, no rain, none of that R word in the forecast, and so it's going to be a great weekend to come out and enjoy all the things going on. Let's tell folks some of the things they can expect to see.
Okay, well, we are a 2-day event, Saturday and Sunday, but Saturday does encompass a few special things that does not happen on Sunday, and we'll go through that. So on Saturday, across the street from the bank, we have a grass area. We call it the West Lawn. Compassionate Hands will be there doing a chili cook-off. We will also have our bank employees' pumpkin decorations over there for people to come and vote. So we ask the bank offices and departments to decorate a pumpkin, and we have a contest against that. And it's very interesting to see all of the competitiveness and creativity that our employees have. So Chelsea's saying she's number one over there, but she has placed quite highly with her pumpkins for the past year. So we've got that going on. We've also got Anthony the Balloon Kid. He's going to be over on the West Lawn doing his balloons. And if you ever been to the Chick-fil-A in Providence, he's there on Kid Night, but he is nationally known. He goes to national competitions, and his work is phenomenal.
Just hugely talented.
Oh, he is awesome.
Making those.
He is. We have also got on that West Lawn, we'll have a bunch of food trucks over there, some inflatables, a couple of race cars. Rackley Roofing will be there, and Nashville Super Speedway. So those things will be happening on the West Lawn on Saturday.
So lots of things for folks to see.
Yes.
And I know there's also an entertainment stage with music. Both days there'll be opportunities to get something to eat and take a seat and watch some good performers on the stage.
There will be. And then over by that stage is where you will be, David. But then also we've got Becky's inflatable area, and I'll let her talk about that.
Yes, Kitty Corner is back again this year. We've got inflatables for the kids to bounce and jump on. We've got a Farmer for a Day tent where the kids can come and dig in corn, learn how to milk a cow, shop from our fruit and vegetable stand, stuff of that nature. We also have a toddler area that is mainly for the littles, ages 2 to 4. They can come in and jump in a couple of inflatables and ride around on some riding toys. And then we got some games as well again this year. Lots to do.
Lots for the little ones to do, and an area that where maybe they're not competing against larger kids, and that always makes it a lot more fun for them, and a little bit safer too.
It is, and I think we also may have a princess walking around both days as well. And she's going to be there to have pictures opportunities with the children.
Yes, so I've got a few of those descriptions for the princesses. This is a Disney certified caricature. She will be Mary Poppins at 10 o'clock on Saturday, Tinkerbell at 11, Cinderella at 12:30, and Rey Skywalker at 1:30 on Saturday.
Good deal.
Wow, so she's definitely a talented person to have that many.
She is.
To know all of the nuances of that many characters, right?
She's great.
Chelsea, and let's talk about the areas that you're with.
So on Saturday and Sunday, I have a cookie decorating station. I have 7 different shapes. I have pumpkins, scarecrows, sunflowers, a truck with a pumpkin in it, footballs for the big game this weekend, Mickey and Minnie, and then I have 4 flavors: vanilla, chocolate chip, fall spice, and chocolate. So be sure to come to the cookie decorating station. It is located in the gazebo on the main grounds. Anyone's welcome, kids, adults, teenagers. They ended up having a great time. And then, of course, you can walk around and eat your cookie as well.
So you can pick the flavor that you want to decorate.
Absolutely.
And then I need to make sure I stop by over there and
of course.
Decorate a cookie.
Yes, completely free. Come once, come 7 times, and they're great cookies. Gigi's Cookies, her name is Pam Davis out of Murfreesboro, has baked us about 1,200 cookies. So we really appreciate her and her skill set, because I'm just not a baker.
I was just sure that you personally baked all those cookies. And
I would love to say that I did, David.
but alas, you didn't bake them. But you're there to supervise the decorating.
Absolutely.
Give decorating tips, right?
I'll try my hardest.
Absolutely. Laura, there's one of the events that is always a highlight of Oktoberfest is the car show. So let's talk a little bit about that. We'll back up to all the other events again here in a minute, but let's talk a little about the car show.
Okay, so I'm going to start a little bit and then let Becky pick some up. So where I was talking about on the West Lawn where we have Saturday events, that all goes away Saturday night. And then that West Lawn and all around the ops and up through the streets there encompass the car show.
The car show is on Sunday. Registration is $20 a car. They are judged when they are come through the line. Trophies are going to be awarded around 2:30. Registration time starts at 9 a.m. and it's through 12 noon. And dash plaques and T-shirts will be available while supplies last. So get there early if you want this year's shirt. I helped photo them yesterday, and they look really good this year.
So, not to throw you a curve, do you know how many cars were there last year?
Roughly last year we had around 525.
Wow.
And we're expecting great weather, so would love to hit around 550 to 600 this year. That'd be amazing.
Have to find a place to put them.
It's probably one of the larger car shows anywhere in this area anyway, and it has such a good reputation and all that. I know that it brings all those car enthusiasts out, and not only the ones that are displaying their vehicles, but ones that the folks like me that just want to come out and say, "Boy, I sure wish I had one of those." I was talking before y'all got here. We were talking about the car show actually, and I said, when I first learned to drive, I got a 1956 Plymouth. And so I was driving it around, but I didn't think it was cool enough, and so I ended up trading it off, and I really wish I had that car back so that I could fix it up and enter it in the car show, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've got that car show. It's a well-oiled machine, and we have a lot of car shows during the year with the bank and this group, but this is the largest one that we have.
It's the last day of the work week, and we're going to go and find out about some traffic going into work this morning.
Thanks, David. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. This is all brought to you by Absolute Kubota. They'll help you rent the right tool for the job. The Kubota Orange Rental Program makes it easy to rent the right equipment. Stop by Absolute Kubota, check out the U35 excavator or the SVL 75 compact track loader, 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. It's trying to get a little bit busier in the last few minutes in a couple of spots out here. 24 westbound coming out of Murfreesboro, Rutherford County into Antioch. As you continue west on 24 there at Bell Road, it's gotten busier in the last 15-20 minutes in from Wilson County through Mount Juliet all the way into Hermitage there on 40 going west as you head towards B&A Airport. It's looking pretty good right now coming in from the west side. Just watch your radar on I-40 out through Kingston Springs. Princess Hot Chicken has new items on a brand new menu. Check them out this weekend. You can always order online at princesshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Happy fall, y'all.
Let's give them pumpkin to talk about.
Interest rates are falling.
You bet your autumn dollar.
It's that beautiful time between heat strokes and frostbite.
Call us today to make a deal, and don't sweat the fall stuff.
And don't make a move without us.
Call Judy Cox or Medina Himmensholler at Exit Rocky Top Realty. C&D Team 443-3130.
District 46 deserves a financially responsible representative whose priority is children and families. I am Joni Cochran, running for Tennessee House District 46. Vote for me, and you'll have someone working on your behalf to give tax breaks for families, protect public schools, remove state government from parental and personal decisions, and pass responsible gun safety and handling laws. Paid for by Joni for TN46, Mary Patterson, Treasurer.
Well, good morning. Welcome back into the first half of Coleman and Company. I'm David Hale, sitting in for the vacationing Coleman Walker. As we say, he's on special assignment. So I appreciate him letting me sit in this morning. I have a group of folks from Wilson Bank and Trust, and we're talking about the 36th annual Oktoberfest coming up this weekend. And hey, if you're a football fan, you don't have to leave Oktoberfest to see the game. Isn't that right, Chelsea?
That's correct. So behind the Operations Center, we have a football tent. So all of the UT and Bama fans, no need to head home in a rush, so that we want your littles to stay and, go play in kitty corner, hit up all the food trucks. Mom and dads, they can hang out in the back of the Operations Center in our football tent to watch the big game at 2:30.
As we've got, you always have lots of great food vendors, and this year's no exception. I've been by up there and seen some of the folks coming in. Let's talk a little bit about your choices for food, and I know some of those vendors have been with you a long time.
Yes, they have. We've got 27 food vendors this year. 9 of them will be over on the West Lawn on Saturday. But yes, on the main campus, we're keeping the rest of them both days. So you've got roasted corn, barbecue, funnel cakes, fried Oreos, pizza, if you need it for the littles. We've got one that makes grilled cheese and peanut butter and jellies for the littles. She's got cobblers, but you've still got brats, cotton candy, Little Jimmy's Italian Ice, Baskin Robbins, and yes, a lot of those have been with us since the beginning.
Who is the one that has been with you probably the longest?
I would say probably Jordan's of that group.
Yeah,
yes,
I know they've been there a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yes.
It has grown in these 36 years from just one or two folks to a wide selection. If you can't find something that you like there to eat, you just have got pretty boring. Right?
You're out of luck. Yes, we have got them packed in there end to end, trying to get you all the food that we can.
Yeah, and with the size crowd that you have, it takes a lot of food vendors to get all those folks something to eat. So,
it really does.
You know, you can make a whole day of it. Show up and find something good to eat. Go over and decorate you a cookie for dessert, and watch football, listen to music.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to get some food and go in the tent.
There you go.
And if you get a little chili on Saturday, go to the West Lawn and get some chili.
Absolutely.
That's
And so
exactly right.
there's public sampling. Is that contest done by people's choice voting, or they have judges?
They have both, from what I understand, but you can go over and do tastings, yes. And then they've got some tables and chairs over there that you can sit and eat at. So, yes, that's Compassionate Hands.
Compassionate Hands, and they do a lot of great work for homeless folks, I know, and they this time of year their services are even more necessary than maybe than in the summer months, and summer months as well. But with the cold weather coming on, I know they provide a lot of overnight sheltering for folks that are displaced and homeless, and feed those folks. So a really, really good program, and so it's great to benefit them.
We love helping the nonprofits, and Compassionate Hands is one of those that's there with us on the weekend, but we've got others that will be there on the ground. Second Harvest will be there, and some others. And so some of those groups are helping us out in the kitty corner to run some of our games, and they're taking donation to do the game for hurricane relief and things of that nature. And then one other vendor that's going to be there is Southeast Impressions. They're going to be set up by the welcome wagon when you pull in on the trolley and get off at the welcome wagon. So they are doing print on demand shirts this year. They've been at a couple other events doing that. So we brought them out to Oktoberfest, and you can pick your design. There's going to be about 4 designs. You pick your color shirt. They'll make it right there. It's $15 a shirt, and then part of those proceeds are going to hurricane relief for East Tennessee.
A lot of need in East Tennessee for help of all types, and I know a lot of people in this area have been hauling supplies and things up in that area, and some folks I know hauled a load of hay and feed up there just this past week, a tractor-trailer load.
Yes, that's something we were talking about, is the agriculture that's left that didn't die during the storms, because we've heard some have, but they're trying to, make some temporary barrier fencing to try to herd them all in together, and then trying to get feed to them because they can't get it in there for them.
And I was in a meeting last week, and that is in reference to that, and they were talking about how many fields were just destroyed, and that they may not even be usable next year because the amount of debris that was washed in and all, and they were talking about one farmer that lost his livelihood because he lost all of his soybean crop. Then he said it's probably $100,000 loss.
Mm-hmm.
So just
heartbreaking.
And it's great that y'all are doing some things with Oktoberfest to help all those folks.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about another thing that Oktoberfest is known for: some of the contests, photography, and quilts, and those kind of things. Let's talk a little bit about what folks can expect to see for there.
Yeah, so on Saturday and Sunday in our operations center on the 3rd floor, we have a photography contest. There's 2 categories: adults 17 years and older, and then youth and teens. For the adults, the 2024 theme is roadscapes, and then for the youth and teens, the theme is flowers. So be sure to go up on the 3rd floor in the operations center to check out those pictures. I'm sure everybody submitted several entries. It looks like we have 262 entries, which is the largest entry yet. That's about 100 more photos from last year. I had to work this past Saturday, and the ladies were up on the third floor with me, and anytime I went down the hall, they were like, Chelsea, we got more. It's going to be a record-breaking year. So we were all super excited for them. Additionally, there's also a quilt and display contest hosted by the Lebanon Place Makers Quilt Guild. So a lot of hard work into quilts. I can barely sew, so kudos to all of those that can definitely, throw a quilt together. There is one entry into the operations building on Saturday and Sunday. Look for the 12 to 15 foot skeleton. We like to call him Scully. He will be representing a UT Vol shirt for the big game. So definitely take a look at the pictures and quilts on Saturday and Sunday located in the operations center on the third floor.
So all of the entry into that is already passed. You can't enter anymore. Anybody listening this morning can't say, "Oh, I need to run down to the bank and enter a picture," right?
That's correct, David.
Okay, so they're already set, but a record-breaking year. So folks will have lots to come inside and see. And then the quilts are also in operations as well, right?
Correct. Same area. You can go up the elevator to the third floor and take a left. And it's the first entry on the left, and big displayed room full of quilts and beautiful pictures.
Yep. Again, an opportunity to, if you needed to get inside for a minute or two, that go in and wander through and see all the people's handiwork and all the talented folks that send stuff in.
Absolutely.
So where is the best place? I'm going to really put you on the spot, Laura. Where's the best place for folks to find parking?
Emmanuel Baptist Church has the biggest parking lot. We have 4 sites off campus that you can park, but Emmanuel Baptist Church is the biggest, and you can go over there and pick up the trolley. It will bring you straight down Castle Heights and drop you off at the very front of the event, and then you can explore from there.
So the trolleys will run starting at what time?
They run 9 to 4:30, so they run 30 minutes before and after the event on Saturday, and then 10:30 to 4:30 on Sunday.
So we're going to kick things off on Saturday at 9:30.
Yes.
And everything will be open and ready to go. I know the music starts at 10 o'clock. So you can get there and maybe even find something to have. You can have a funnel cake for breakfast, maybe.
Yes, you might want to get it early before the lines get long.
There's no rules for Oktoberfest.
That's right.
That's right. Absolutely. And then on Sunday we open up at what time? 11 o'clock, and the trolleys then obviously start at 10:30.
Yes.
And is Emmanuel the only trolley stop location, or does it go other areas as well?
It does go other areas. You've got the Methodist Church down on West Main, and then back over City Hall is another area that you can go to.
So maybe a little bit of exploring, but there's plenty of parking to be had, and
the trolley is the way to go.
I was going to say the real key to that is to go to a trolley stop and let the trolley drivers do the driving for you, right? And get you to the event, and then if you buy something, you've got a way to get it back to your vehicle easily by loading it up on the trolley and carrying it over. Let's talk a little bit. You've got some craft vendors. I don't think we've mentioned those.
We do. We've got over 120 craft vendors, and all of those folks start loading in today. So we will be in full swing here in about an hour.
That's right. So another facet of the event that has really grown over the years are all those craft vendors and all.
They are. And one thing I did want to include this year, so we are closing the main office lobby and the drive-through today at 4 o'clock. so we can start getting things set up for the vendors, since we asked them to only load in today on Friday. So all of our other offices are open their normal service hours, and they're open on Saturday as well. So if you need banking help, please visit one of our other offices. They're there to help you.
But again, up until 4 o'clock, you can still do business at
Yes.
the main branch.
Yes.
And I know that the drive-throughs are open. We were just talking about that earlier. The drive-throughs are open, and so if you need to come to the main branch, as long as you get there before 4, you'll still be
Yes.
still be good to go.
We'll be there.
And
One other thing.
Sure.
So when you get off the trolley and you stop at the welcome wagon, you can register for a $500 MasterCard gift card.
Absolutely. So lots to do. It's going to be a great weekend. The 36th annual Oktoberfest at Wilson Bank and Trust on West Main here in Lebanon, and stop by for all the fun that's going on, car shows and things to see and things to buy and things to eat and music to listen to and things for the kids. It's just a great family event. We appreciate Wilson Bank and Trust and all the effort that they put into making this event happen every year. And thank y'all for being here this morning.
Thanks, David.
Thank you.
We're going to go out and find out about getting into Nashville and other places in the traffic, MJ.
Thanks, David. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford and the Works Vehicle Checkup. They'll make sure your vehicle is ready for any road. $59.95 up to 5 quarts oil, tax and disposal, tire rotation, and safety check. $17.80 Franklin Road. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. It looks like it's still struggling a bit there, trying to get out of Clarksville through that section of Montgomery County on 24 eastbound around the 18-mile marker. We see slow traffic. Not sure what has happened there just yet, but I can tell you it's really slow there. 24 east coming out of Clarksville as it builds out here through the Mount Juliet area on I-40 going westbound as that traffic leaves Wilson County, headed on over into Hermitage. Hey, Nash Painting, a non-franchise painting company, mentioned this ad, get a 10% discount. Call Nash Painting today, 912-2288. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
This is Lebanon Mayor Rick Bell. During my first term as mayor, we have worked together with a sense of urgency to get Lebanon moving into the right direction. This includes approve the largest infrastructure project in the history of Lebanon with sewer lines running to South Hartman Drive. Phase 1 and 2 of a signal synchronization system that will move traffic throughout the city more efficiently. Increase our economic development recruitment efforts, which have resulted in new retail centers and new restaurants to keep our sales tax base strong. This is Mayor Rick Bell. I am asking for your vote.
Paid for by Rick Bell for Mayor, Greg Landers, Treasurer.
At Wilson Bank and Trust, we're now offering exclusive checking and savings accounts designed to benefit our hometown heroes, including active duty military, veterans, and first responders such as law enforcement, firefighters, and EMS workers. At Wilson Bank and Trust, we recognize the commitment and sacrifices these families make to serve our country and communities. Thank you for your service. Visit one of our local offices to get started today or learn more at wilsonbank.com/military. Member FDIC.
Gregory Dental Group in Lebanon is in a new location, 1746 West Main in Lebanon, across from Sports Village. Gregory Dental Group offers cosmetic procedures, dental implant services, and digital dentures. Premium dentures in just 2 appointments.
Hi, I'm Dr. Derek Gregory. In my office, you can count on a compassionate staff who will truly listen to you, take the time to get to know you, and discuss your personal needs.
No insurance? No problem. Call about the discount plan. Gregory Dental Group, 444-0322.
Hello, I'm Jerry Ashley, and I'm running for Lebanon City Council Ward 2. I have a strong business background and a genuine desire to bring our ward to a better place. Ward 2 deserves more. I will fight for better services, amenities, and infrastructure improvements for our ward. On Election Day, please consider me, Jerry Ashley, as your candidate for City Council Ward 2, and together we can build a stronger community where everyone is heard because every person's voice matters.
Paid for by committee to elect Jerry Ashley.
We'll have sunny skies again for today. Highs around 70. Clear tonight. Lows in the upper 30s. And then mostly sunny for Saturday. Highs in the lower 70s. This weather forecast brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. With your severe view forecast, I'm Storm Specialist Drew Richards.
Well, good morning and welcome back to the second portion of Coleman and Company this morning on a cool October morning. Fall's in the air, as my grandmother used to say, and I was sort of happy with it being a little warmer than this. But at any rate, we have our friends from C&D team, the Exit Rocky Top Realty. Good morning, Miss Jessica.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Good. It's a season between
frostbite and
heat stroke
and frostbite.
That's what it is.
It's Tennessee weather at its best.
That's right.
If you don't like it, just stick around a day or so. It'll change.
That's exactly
or maybe
right.
an hour.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Now, we wanted to talk a little bit about this morning, since you're talking about the weather, of getting your house ready for winter.
Let's do
and
that.
You need to go around and check around your windows. You know, there's a little device you can check how much air is coming in on your windows, or you can do the cheap way and just put your hand up there and feel the air. But you need to caulk around your windows, and there's all kinds of supplies you can get to keep that airtight seal around your windows and your doors. And if you have a fireplace, you need to get that checked. Don't start burning a fire till you get that chimney checked, because it's been sitting there and there could be bird nest up there, all kinds of stuff that could cause a hazard. And And you need to, that's a good time to check your heat and air units also. And of course, you know, if you change those filters once a month, it will definitely help on your heating bill. And just fix a day of the month that you change the filter, once every 30 days at least. And it's a lot healthier breathing air for you also. And then in Tennessee here, we have a lot of sump pumps under houses that people move in houses, they have no idea there's a sump pump under their house. And you need to go under there and check and make sure it's still working. People, unless you need them, you don't know if they're working. And when we've had these big rains that we had a few weeks ago, we had several people that their sump pumps didn't work and water came up in their house. And they could have avoided that if they did check their sump pump and make sure it's working properly. And you want to make sure, and I always have a thing with this, that you unhook your hose pipe from the hydrant. If you I call it a hose pipe. I don't know what y'all call it, but you unhook it from your hydrant, because if you let that freeze in the winter, you won't know it till springtime. But then when spring comes, you'll start seeing your hydrant outside have little driplets coming out of it, and you'll have to redo that. So you need to unhook that now. And if you're going to use it during the winter, unhook it every time you use it and don't leave it hooked up. So those are just some things you need to be watching for and get your house ready. Don't wait till it's 20 degrees and go out there and try to do this stuff. And check your pipes underneath the house too. Make sure they're still wrapped good and that kind of thing.
And close the vents.
Close the vents. And a lot of people have automatic closing vents and some people don't. So close the vents, and anything you can do to help on your heating bill, that's a good thing. So.
And I'll have to add one more. As an old fireman, I'll have to say, make sure you check your smoke detectors.
That's exactly right. Well, what we do, we ask people to check their smoke detectors every month when they check their filters, when they change their filters.
Absolutely.
Don't wait till they're beeping. Please
That's right.
check them.
The chirping noise. Yeah.
That's right.
But people call us and go, there's something making a noise in my house and I don't know what it is.
There's a bird in my house.
And it's a battery on the smoke detector. So I'm going to let my daddy talk now.
But Andy, you got anything you want to talk about as far as property that you got listed?
Yeah, we always have properties, whether it be a house, whether it be a farm or a lot or a mobile home. We always have something available, so we have lots of listings. We go to a lot of people's homes that are looking to see what their house is worth. We go to homes to walk through the home with them to let them know, hey, this is what you need to do to get your house on the market. Some people have, a lot of people have a lot of clutter or a lot of things they collect, and it kind of clutters up the room or makes the shelves look smaller or the room look smaller. So we kind of give them tips on, hey, okay, this is great. We love this. It's pretty, but we need to put this in a closet or do something so it makes the room look bigger, especially if you have bigger furniture in a room. That helps the room look bigger if you remove it or if you replace it somewhere else in the house. So always, that's just tips that we can help with. We have properties for sale that is just a piece of land. It doesn't have a house on it. So you can build your own. We have references for you for that if you are looking for a builder. We have homes that are available if you're looking for being close to the lake, if you're away from the lake, if you want to be in the city limits, if you want to be outside the city limits, if you want to be on the outskirts of Wilson County. Give us a call there. If you want to be in Cumberland County, up on the plateau, we have some listings there. So just give us a call. It doesn't matter if our sign is in the yard or not. If you're interested in knowing more about a home that is on the market, give us a call. We'll be glad to show it to you or find out more information about it so you can determine if you would still like to see it. But we have a home on Coles Ferry Pike, 9670 Coles Ferry Pike. It's sitting on 11 acres, and it is custom built. It's a one-owner home, and it's a basement walkout where it's a full basement, full living basement, living quarters. It's all wheelchair accessible. It has a chair lift going down to the basement. It has a 3-car garage. So give us a call on that one if you're looking for, and that one's listed at $1.1 million. And if you're looking to be in the city, we have one at 1598 Palmer Road, and it is 4 bedrooms and 5 baths. So give us a call there. It's sitting on 3 acres, and it's listed at 1.7. Beautiful home on Palmer Road. And then if you're looking a different price range, if you're looking to be under $500,000, we have one on in Hearthstone Community off of Coast Ferry Pike as well. Give us a call on that one. It's 3 beds and 2.5 baths it's the largest lot in the community with a fenced-in backyard. So give us a call. We have many more you can look at or we can discuss with you. So give us a call. We'd be glad to help you.
C&D team, Exit Rocky Top Realty. Great people, great service, and somebody answers the telephone 24 hours a day.
That's right.
One of y'all give them a number.
615-443-3130. And don't make a move without us, David.
Absolutely. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for your sponsorships, and we appreciate what y'all do.
Thank you.
We'll see you at Oktoberfest.
Absolutely. See you at Oktoberfest. I have with me this morning a group from the Playhouse 615. The forgetfulness must be contagious this morning. Playhouse 615, and have a whole group of folks, and we're doing a little moving around here to get everybody into a microphone. And so, who wants to start us off this morning? Joel, are you going to start us off? Good morning.
I'll start you off. So what would you like to know?
Well, I understand that that Playhouse 615 has production underway of Dracula, and I think I fixed it already.
I don't think it's working. I think you're hooked to it.
Of 615 with a little technical difficulty there, the classic Dracula that goes all the way back to about 1895, somewhere along in there.
Well, it's not exactly your grandmother's Dracula. This is an updated version called Dracula, a comedy of terrors.
Okay.
And it's a spoof on the original Bram Stoker novel.
Okay.
We have 5 actors who play all of the roles, gender notwithstanding. Everyone plays everything.
Okay.
And it's funny. We are the regional premiere of this production. Our managing director, Ann, saw it last year off Broadway. And she called me and she said, "We've got to do this show." Okay. I looked into it, and then we got the rights to perform, and here we are.
All right. So is the rights to Dracula still tied to the original novel? I know that Dracula is one of the few novels from a Victorian type period that has never been out of publication.
Correct.
And so is it still tied to that original?
It is not. There have been many adaptations, and we actually did an adaptation, which is this what I like to call the scary Dracula 2 years ago, Dean and Balderstone's adaptation. And that's the adaptation that was taken directly from the 1930 film with Bela Lugosi.
Okay. Well, I know that there, as you said, there are many adaptations, and so Anna, I'm gonna throw one over to you over here. Well, first off, welcome this morning, and we're glad that you're here with us. Do we have your mic back working now? Let's try that and see.
I think she said it wasn't working.
Okay, so we may have to mic share over here, or so. In the meantime, I'll come over here to you. Jeremy, and let's talk a little bit about, I know that the original Dracula, one reason there's so many adaptations is because some of that Victorian era writing style and the way that that era is portrayed is a little difficult to translate to a modern setting. And so that's one of the reasons I believe that there's so many adaptations to it. And this one, as you say, as he was explaining, is a comedy type thing.
So I think the similarity between the classic and our adaptation ends with the name. There is Dracula. He is a vampire. And beyond that, it's a modern take and a spin that is more similar to Saturday Night Live than it is a classic reading of the novel. And so it's funny, it's upbeat, it's campy, it's farce. You'll laugh out loud, and you probably won't be scared at all, I would assume. If you're scared, we've done something wrong. So it's a 90-minute romp through the story, but again, a lot of liberties are taken. The character is the same, Dracula is the same, but in our version, he's kind of going through a midlife crisis or mid-eternity crisis, as it might be, as he searches for purpose and love and all of the hijinks that go into the typical romance and dating and all of the things that humans would go through when they like someone and all of those feelings of angst that Dracula goes through, but told in a very funny way, a very upbeat way, very campy.
So is it done in the same format, for lack of a better word, that the original novel? Because the original novel is written like it's a collection of newspaper stories and diary
episodic.
Excerpts.
Right.
That's right.
It's episodic.
And so is this in that same type of format or a more modern style?
It follows the plot pretty much, but it's not necessarily diary writings from Jonathan Harker, and I think that was what the original novel was Jonathan Harker wrote in his diary. This follows, like I said, the same plot where Lucy gets sick with this strange disease and they don't know what's wrong, and then they call in Dr. Van Helsing to come and investigate, and lo and behold, she's been bitten by a vampire. And then they try to find the vampire to kill it, but you can't kill something that is eternal. Already did.
Yeah, right. And so, and your description is very, very good, because it is about the storyline really is about Jonathan Harker's quest
and his love interest with Mina,
right, and
Lucy,
his quest
rather,
to track down the vampire that is threatening his love interest.
Yes.
So, it sort of lends itself into modern times in a lot of ways, but again, I think that is part of the adaptations now. We're going to pause for just a minute and see if there's any vampires blocking traffic going in tonight.
Thanks, David. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank our friends at Absolute Kubota. They'll help you rent the right tool for the job. The Kubota Orange Rental Program makes it easy to rent the right equipment. Stop by Absolute Kubota, check out the U35 excavator or the SBL 75 compact track loader, 1506 West Main. Now with traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning, Tina. I was moving a stalled white van a few minutes ago on 40 westbound here at Spence Lane. It did have traffic a little bit slow over here on this side of town. You got all that traffic coming in from Donaldson right now, arriving in this area on 40 westbound at Spence Lane. It's starting to pick up with more volume. 24 west up to NEI, coming in from Murfreesboro. 65 also building down through Millersville. It's still slow. 24 east trying to get out of Clarksville around that 18-mile marker on an earlier problem we had out there in Montgomery County on 24 eastbound. Hey, whether you need a new roof repair, roof inspection, if something's going on with your roof, call Independent Roofing Specialists today. 615 area code 991-2358. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Did you know your vote could help save public schools this election? I am Joni Cochran, running for Tennessee House District 46. I'm a former teacher, and with your vote for me, we can stop the attacks on public education. I favor fully funding public schools, eliminating vouchers, and letting parents decide what their children read and learn, not the state government. Paid for by Joni for TN46, Mary Patterson, Treasurer.
Drug Free Wilco is partnering with local law enforcement agencies for National Drug Take Back Day on Saturday, October 26. Drop-off locations will be at Gibbs Pharmacy, Walgreens on West Main, Three Forks Marketplace, and TriStar Mount Judd ER. Unused medications are a public safety issue that may lead to accidental poisoning, overdose, or misuse. Drop them off Saturday, October 26 from 10 to 2 and receive a free lockbox from Drug Free Wilco. This project is funded under a grant contract with State of Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services.
Well, good morning. Welcome back in the second half of Coleman and Company. David Hale sitting in for Coleman Walker, who's out on special assignment today, and I appreciate him letting me have the helm to the ship here for an hour this morning. And I have a group with me from Playhouse 615. We're talking about their production of Dracula this morning, and we've got you all wired for sound now. So let's talk a little bit about where folks can find out about tickets and the location of the event.
Playhouse 615 is in Mount Juliet. We're at 11920 on Lebanon Road. So just down from the Mount Juliet Road and Lebanon Road split there, or the T, I suppose it is. We're at a quirky little strip mall.
If people know where Larry's Barbershop is, we're right down from Larry's Barbershop.
That's true, yeah. But you can go online, playhouse615.com, and purchase tickets. You can also call our box office, 615-319-7031. We also answer 24 hours a day.
There you go.
But I'll be happy to help you out with tickets there as well, but you can purchase online.
So let's talk a little bit about Playhouse 615 and how long have y'all been in existence? And
we are going into our fourth year. Joel and I started Playhouse 615 just after the quarantine. And we've been just growing and growing every year. And actually right now we are up for an award, Best of Music City. And we are in the top 3 out of the 5. And we're actually running against the Ryman Auditorium, which there's no way we'll win. But hey, yes, we are. We're going to win. So
that's right. Well, now, is that something that people can vote on? Is it
I think they've already voted. I think the voting is now already stopped. And so we'll find out in December if
And where will that, where will your win be announced?
It's in Nashville.
Okay.
At the Music City Center, I think, is where they'll have the dinner. They're having a big awards type ceremony.
Well, hopefully that y'all will have a good result from that. And wouldn't it be interesting to beat the mother church of country music, right?
It would be amazing. Just being nominated in that category, in that group is.
So at your theater, is there limited seating, or do you?
It is. We seat about 50 to 60 people, so it's very intimate, very small, and every seat is good. So you're going to get a good close-up seat of all of our shows. And we try to hit every genre throughout the year. We'll do a musical, we do comedy, we do drama, a little bit of everything, farce, and it's just been a ride so far, and it's just taking off. We've sold out every performance so far. Dracula, there are still seats for every performance right now, but we are gaining traction. So I would get that ticket sooner rather than later.
So, Joel, let's talk a little bit about when the performances actually are going to be so that folks can start picking out when they want to come.
Well, tonight is opening night.
Okay.
And we run through November the 3rd, Friday and Saturday nights at 7:30, Sunday matinees at 2:30.
Okay. So, folks can...
The doors open 30 minutes before curtain.
And that time would be
7 p.m. on Friday and Saturdays and 2 p.m. on Sunday.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and it's general seating, so you get there and you can pick out where you'd like to sit.
So your performance of Dracula is a family-friendly performance?
It is family-friendly, but we do, like we said, it gender bends, so men are playing women and women are playing men, and that I don't think that would be an issue with anybody. There's a few kisses in it, so if you have really young children who don't necessarily want to see people kiss on stage, it's not like deep kissing, but it's, there's still some kissing. A little bit, because it is basically a romance.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what most people don't realize, that the original, in particular, had a very strong love interest underlying story to it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't all just about chasing the vampire.
Not at all.
Dracula's actually secondary to the main plot, which is the romance. Sorry, Jeremy.
But yeah, he is.
I disagree.
So I take it from that you play Dracula.
I do play Dracula in a team of 5 actors who are all phenomenal. The 4 in the ensemble are insanely talented. They each play multiple roles throughout. Some, even within the same scene, spin around, throw on a wig, play a different character with a different accent, spin and play a new character. They are beyond talented. They are amazing humans, and so it's been a real treat to work with the 4 of them and the whole team at Playhouse 615. And I think our director, Anne, had a real vision for what she wanted in the show. We have a backstage crew that's incredible. The tech elements are exciting. But it's a real family-focused show. I think from behind the scenes, we're really gelled, and Playhouse 615 has just been one of my favorite places in Nashville to perform.
So Ann and Joel said that they were the founders, I guess you'll say. Well, how long have you been with the troupe? Have you been there since the beginning as well?
No, I'm new to Nashville. I've only been here for a year, and I met Ann Street Kavanaugh this past spring when we did Noises Off at the Keaton. And she told me about this show that she was directing in the fall and Dracula and got me hooked for the auditions. And so I then auditioned for Aunt Sally's Wild Ride, which we put up last month under the direction of Joel. And it was actually written by Robbie Coles, who's in our cast. So I did that show, and then I auditioned for Dracula, and here I am again. And because it is a small setting, it's such a great place to perform. The audience is the last character. They really add a new element, and with a small space, you get the intimacy and the back and forth between the audience and the performers. And in a show like this that's so funny that I'm just excited for the audiences to come and to laugh with us, to add that element. But Playhouse 615 does an amazing job at staging, at picking shows that are right for the space, and then really supporting the actors and the crew who are there working for them. I've loved every minute.
So, Ann, in an adaptation like this, how many of the original characters of the novel are still part of this production? Like, for instance, is Renfield still there?
All of the primary characters are there. You've got Renfield, Harker, Dracula, Mina, Lucy. They're all there, and there's a lot of other characters as well. And like Jeremy was saying, they play multiple characters, and so they may be one character 1 minute and then spin around and be someone else. And I grew up watching Carol Burnett, my idol, and did you ever watch her? So the old movie spoofs that she would do, like they would take a movie and within 30 minutes they would do an adaptation of that movie, and it would be hysterical and spoofy and crazy. That's sort of this, but it's a 90-minute, not 60 minutes. And we don't take an intermission, so it's just madcap fun all the way through.
Her adaptation of Gone with the Wind, I think, is what classic.
And that's sort of in the vein of this, really. It's sort of a spoof and Monty Python-ish, if you like that as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
So folks can expect to see a lot of the same faces and the same characters, but maybe in a little different light.
Yes. In a much different light.
Yes.
In a much different light, because in the original novel, Dracula is very much a gentleman and very educated and sophisticated in the original novel. Is he still that kind of guy?
We took a different direction. He is still very much self-centered and self-absorbed and in love with himself, but he's funny about it. He's lampooned. He is a caricature of really any young man in love.
Yeah, he's bored with life. He's had eternal life, and he's bored now, and he's rich, and he's gorgeous, and he's just looking for something, and he doesn't know what, and then he meets Lucy, but he's sort of a brat.
He is a brat. That's my favorite parts. To play him as bratty when he doesn't get what he wants is funny.
He gets his way.
That's where the real humor is.
And carrying his boxes of dirt around with him.
Yeah.
That's reference.
He's misunderstood because nobody had seen a boy in a cape.
That's right.
That's one of my favorite lines.
Absolutely. Well, it sounds like that it will be a fun outing for families to come, and something that you could bring smaller children and younger children, let's say that, to and them not be, terrified of Dracula, right? And
I don't think so. No, there is one moment where there is a bite and some stage blood, but not very much. It's not gory, and it's more spoof almost. It's not
in the middle of a comedic scene.
Yeah, so it's not very scary.
So is the adaptation something that the group has written, or is
this was in New York. I happened to take my daughter to New York last year for her birthday. We went to see it. It was off Broadway, and I fell in love with the show. And I was telling, like Joel said, I was telling him about it, how much I loved the script and loved the whole idea of it. And it ended up closing, and we managed to get the rights. So we are the regional premiere of this show in this area. No one else has ever done it. But it was, who wrote it? I can't.
Well, I thought possibly, I knew you said it was off Broadway, but I thought maybe one of you were involved in the original
I just happened to see it.
production.
Gordon Greenberg and Steve Rosen. I couldn't think of the name right off there, but they're the ones who wrote the spoof.
Well, let's give folks another phone number or the number again to get tickets and.
Yeah, I'd love to. 615-319-7031.
And they can also go on your website, playhouse615.com.
Yes, sir.
And find tickets there. And we hope that this is the first time that you're here with us, but won't be the last with many other productions to come in the future, right?
Thank you. Yeah, I love that.
I hope that all of you have a great and safe day, and we will be back Monday.